Hey there, it's Marley Majcher. Before we dig in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell because you definitely don't want to miss another glorious disaster here on Every Day's a Train Wreck. Because missing an episode, now that would be a train wreck. Let's get to it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Every Day's a Train Wreck. I'm your host, Marley Majcher, and as you might be able to hear in the background, there's a little bit of noise. And guess what? There's not much I can do about that. Why? Because we have an interview with Joe Cornet, who is live at the Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, because he is there for their annual, annual awards banquet, I guess. Who knew that the Cowboy Hall of Fame had an annual awards banquet?
We're here in Oklahoma City, in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's the annual Cowboy Hall of Fame Awards, and it's one of the recipients tonight is Ed Harris, getting a special honorary award. He's actually a couple of rooms over. In fact, he took my space today. I was supposed to get his space, but but that's okay because we're getting a bigger crowd.
Well, you're getting a bigger, yeah, exactly. And was that Ed Harris who we heard like in the background when I first started? I love how there's no noise right now that I'm done with my intro.
Well, we got folks walking through the museum, and that'll probably dissipate because I think Ed is out front doing his Q&A, so that'll dissipate a little bit. But anyway, we're in what's called the Louis Ortega room. Louis Ortega was a very famous rope maker, bridle maker, rainmaker. And you could see some of his handiwork. He lived from the late 1800s till I think about 1970 or 80. And he made what were called Spanish style braids and bridles and ropes and bits. And over here we've got riatas, which are a special type of woven Spanish style rope. There in the far end. They used to treat those with tallow to keep them supple, much like you put beef tallow on your face now.
Yes, yes. Wow, we're trending.
And then you've got quirts here, which were a device that had made a popping sound, so you get your horse to react a little bit. Some California-style Spanish reins, which have the braids and the weaves in them. And over here, which I use sometimes on my own horse, Lady, who you know about.
Yeah.
That's called a hackamore bridle. And it's without a bit, and it's kind of fun to ride with. And these are all traditional Spanish-style stuff. And anyway, this room is sort of a half circle.
Yeah.
And it's buried deep in the museum. And we're here coming to you live today to talk about some stuff.
Well, we're going to talk about some very cool stuff. And I love that it's like the half circle. It's kind of like, do you think it's intentionally a horseshoe shape?
You could say that.
Okay, right. I mean, I'm a quick girl here with my beef tallow for the face, and I want to know if you melt that down off those reins or whatever. Maybe like the late 1800 beef tallow might be.
Yeah, you could probably pour it in your beef stew as well.
Right.
You know.
Oh my gosh.
Sure.
Okay, so you guys, if you're listening to us on like Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts, you must go to our YouTube channel at The Prophet Goddess, and because you do not want to miss Joe Cornet with the whole backdrop, and you can see the bridles, and you can see him with the hat and him with the beard. I want to know, where's the bodyguard? We saw the bodyguard a second ago. Can he come back for just
Toby
1 second?
Donica is right behind me here.
Toby.
He sets up everything for me, and this guy's been following me around for a long time. I want to know who in the hell he is, you know?
We got Toby the bodyguard, and you're claiming he's sort of like, you're acting like he kind of helps you, but he
started following me around Texas about 1.5 years ago, and he hasn't stopped.
Okay, but
he's a good guy, and he likes to hang out and have an occasional whiskey and a steak. So
well, is somebody else following you? Somebody else following you? That there's more to this story? Does Ed Harris have a hit out on Joe Cornet? Is that
well? I'm not in direct competition with him necessarily. So,
well, how do you know? I mean, I don't understand. Like, not everybody has a bodyguard, Joe, at the Cowboy Hall of Fame. I mean, heads up.
Toby is actually a highly proficient cinematographer, and that's what his real purpose is with me. Is he's my main guy behind the camera.
Okay. I know a lot of cameramen, as you know, and have done a lot of TV. I have never in my life seen them dress like a bodyguard with the jacket and the black shirt and the like suave. I mean, you two are the sight for sore eyes. Are you? I see a ring there. Are you married these days, Joe?
No, that's on the other finger.
Oh, okay. Well, it's maybe I'm a little dyslexic. I mean, are there any cowgirls there? That's what I want to know.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So it sounds like there's been riding action of all kinds. All right. And when did you get there?
We got here the day before yesterday.
Okay.
Last night was the opening reception.
Yeah.
Which was a cocktail party, and we ran into many old friends, some actors that you probably have heard of. Some of your followers know, certainly Barry Corbin, who used to be on Anger Management with Charlie Sheen.
Oh, yes.
But he's done a bunch of Western stuff too. Bruce Boxleitner, who I know you remember from Scarecrow and Mrs. King, and he's done a lot of Westerns.
Yeah.
And Patrick Wayne was here.
Yes, of course. Isn't Patrick Wayne the one that went to Loyola High School? Because he's like the John Wayne grandson or something, right?
He's John Wayne's son, but I think John Wayne's youngest son, Ethan, who's about my age, I think he went to Loyola.
Yeah. Because they're. I mean, I definitely know. I can even see the face. That's so weird. Like, talk about deja vu, because that was a long time ago. And I love how like Coachella is happening right now, but you're in like.
We're in real Cowboyville here.
You're in real Cowboyville, and
yeah.
What is tonight the big situation?
Tonight is the big banquet and awards show in the big ballroom over here.
And are you up for anything?
Not here. I'm up for a lot of things, but most of them aren't good.
Okay.
But here I'm just attending with great friends, and I'm also attending with one of my most favorite people in the world, Cindy Mitchum, who is the daughter of the great actor John Mitchum, who was the younger brother of Robert Mitchum. Now, Robert Mitchum was Cindy's uncle. And, when I was a little kid, I used to watch movies like El Dorado and Cape Fear, the original Cape Fear. And I used to watch Five Card Stud with Dean Martin and Robert Mitchum. And I used to watch Robert Mitchum on TV in The Winds of War. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that I would be a part of the Mitchum family. And here I am, because one of the reasons we're out here is my book publisher, Henry Gray Publishing, that published my first book that we talked about.
Well, give us a title. Let's plug it. Give us a title.
A Prayer for the Damned and Other Tales of the West.
Yeah, okay.
And I got Henry Gray to republish John Mitchum's memoirs, which, get this for a title. And we'll drop in some cards and show you the visuals.
Yeah.
John Mitchum published this book in 1989, and it is called Them Ornery Mitchum Boys.
Yeah.
And it is the most amazing, fun, laughter-filled tale of the two boys, Bob and John, brother Bob and brother John, growing up together, riding the rails during the Depression, getting chased by revenue agents in the Deep South, meeting up with hobos in hobo camps. There's a chain gang in it. It's their adventures leading up to them going to California and accidentally stumbling into Hollywood stardom. And then it takes you through that. And I can't even begin to relate the number of true-to-life characters, real people are in this book, that came in and out of the Mitchum family lives. And I'm talking political figures, actors, directors.
Okay, we need to pause for a hot minute, because ADHD girl here needs a moment. Where were they riding the rails and doing the chain gangs before they came to California?
They came from back east, and they sort of set out
like Connecticut bad boys, or what? I mean, what?
Yeah,
like,
they sort of. I don't know that they really had an MO, but
they just kind of got on the rails and just sort of like just teenage boys.
Yeah, and their adventures continued throughout the 30s, the late 30s, and it was around 1940, 41.
Yeah.
I think Robert was working in a Lockheed factory, as I recall.
Okay,
I'll
wait a
check
minute.
on
Pause. How do you go from you got the brother, you have a chain gang, and now you're working for Lockheed? I mean, because you started out, it makes it sound like they've got, they're dumb as a box of rocks. So you don't go from that to Lockheed. So could you fill us in a little bit?
Well, he wasn't an engineer. He was just working in the factory. And John was working on board a merchant vessel. He was on a ship.
Do these boys like transportation? I mean, they're on trains. Now they're on ships, and now they're Lockheed. They're flying around. What? There's some kind of.
And really, Marley, the story, the crux of the story, is the love between these two brothers, and their family, and all these incredible adventures. And what it distills down into is the American dream incarnate. Because they didn't set out to be famous people. That wasn't what they were looking for. Basically, the way each of them got discovered was somebody walked up to them on a street and said, did you ever think about acting? And they would say, how much does it pay? And then they went from little bit parts. And of course, Robert was the leading man.
Yeah.
And but the interesting part that John, younger brother John, did, what was it, Toby? 600 or 800 television episodes.
Are you kidding me?
This is true. And like 100, and I'll recheck on these figures, but I'm just throwing it out there. But I think 800 TV episodes from the 50s to the 60s to the 70s and 80s. And he did like 150 films. So he outdid his older brother, Robert.
Like when you and I were talking about this before, I was like, okay, who's John? Like, I mean, as you said, he actually did more stuff than the brother. Why? So why?
John was on a very popular early 60s TV show called Riverboat.
Okay. Again, with the transportation. I mean, like planes, trains, and automobiles with these people.
And John played a fancy guitar in every episode.
Okay.
And did he had really a little play the guitar? With him.
Did he really play the guitar?
He did, and he composed songs and poetry. We'll get into that in a minute. John was on this show, and it starred Darren McGavin, and it also starred this young man named Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Who got his start, and it went from there. John, anybody who's seen the first 3 Dirty Harry movies, Dirty Harry, Magnum Force, and The Enforcer, knows who John Mitchum is.
Yeah.
Because John played Clint Eastwood's detective partner in those 3 movies.
But wait a second. Poor John again for a minute. So he's the sidekick to freaking Clint Eastwood, who, I mean, smokehouse right there. And then the brother, and then by the way, Burt Reynolds, fun fact, our favorite Smitty's Grill in Pasadena. Did you know that there's a nude photo of Burt Reynolds in the ladies' room?
Don't ask me how I know that, but I do know that.
Oh, wow. I don't want to know. Yeah, now I don't want to know. Okay, that caused a lot of ruckus, by the way. There was a lot of people who were like, why is there a nude Burt? Well, I mean, well, you know what? It's better than... Anyway, we digress. Okay, so John, poor John is the sidekick, and everybody knows about the brother, but he's cool with that because you said this love of the brothers and love of the family, right? So it wasn't like it created some rift.
No, not whatsoever. And John was very proud of his legacy. These guys never made a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
They thought they were just, to them, they were working actors.
Yeah.
And they worked a lot. And it's not that it was just a job. They cared about their jobs.
Yeah.
But they looked at it as, this is what I'm hired to do. I'm going to do the best I possibly can. One guy was a leading man. The other guy did all these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows and films. Robert was a singer.
Robert Mitchum was a singer?
Yes, he even had a record album or 2.
No, wait a second. 60s. But he's not the guy that played the guitar with the monkey. That's the brother.
That's John.
Okay.
That's the younger brother.
But Robert also, he really can sing.
He did. And in 1954, he did a movie called Thunder Road, which was based on kind of a true story about moonshiners.
Oh, God. I have a goat named Moonshine. Okay.
Yes, I know that.
Okay, good. Keep going.
And he drove a fast, hot car, so he was able to outrun the agents. And he sang the main title song, which he composed, Robert Mitchum, for that movie.
Really? Now, I wonder if he still gets royalties on that. That's where my business brain goes, but that's okay.
They do.
They do, for real? No way. Talk about double dipping, man. Compose a song, play the ukulele with the monkey.
Well, that's John, and it was a
joking.
guitar.
I'm joking. I'm tracking with you. Okay. I mean, I can be a dingbat. I'm not that stupid, but thank you for that. Where is Toby, by the way, right now? Is Toby getting you coffee, or what does Toby do while
No,
you?
he's over here.
You just
He'll
wax
check in with you.
poetic, and well, I want to check in with Toby. Toby, do you freaking like how Joe is telling me how this is going to go? Do you love this? By the way, it was my idea for freaking Joe to do this live at the Cowboy situation. Now all of a sudden, Big Boy there is telling me how he got bumped by Ed Harris. Like, I give two hoots. I mean, come on. All right, well, we're going to, Toby, don't go very far because, as I say, you're an essential part of this as I've decided. Okay, so are any of the Mitchum people there with you, the Mitchum family? I know you're part of the Mitchum family, but the blood part, unless you had a 23andMe that says you're a...
Cindy Mitchum, who is John Mitchum's daughter, is with me.
Okay. But she is with you just because you guys are now friends, because you're working on a project? Like, what is she? You're not dating her, I'm assuming.
No, she's married.
Okay.
Her husband would object to that.
And since when has that ever stopped? I'm sorry, I didn't mean that, right, Toby? Okay. Well,
this guy, he's going to know all my secrets now.
Well, listen, I mean, I don't know why you didn't give him my cell phone number before. I mean, he should know who he's hanging out with. Toby, you got no idea, pal. Why don't you come to the wild badlands of Pasadena, and we'll introduce you to one Nils Gravelius, and then we'll tell you how Joe Cornet really rides his horses. Okay, so you're all right. So she's married. Is the husband there?
Steve is here. Yes.
Oh, you look upset. Okay, and so right, so Steve and Cindy are both there, and are they going to the dinner with you tonight?
They were with us last night. We have a table for 10 that is sponsored by Mitchum Media, which is Cindy's company.
Okay. And Toby gets to go?
Toby is at the table as well.
Was Toby bringing a lady friend, or Toby goes the other way, or what?
Toby has a missus who is down in Texas.
Oh, so she's not there. All right. So, all right. So who's Toby's plus one?
Toby is solo.
Solo tonight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, tonight. Wow. Okay, I got it. Now I know why you two are friends. All right. We're back live, everybody, from the National Cowboy Western Museum Hall of Fame annual Spaghetti Western Convention. Just joking. Live with Joe Cornet. Okay, so back to the Mitchums. So here, let me just catch everybody up, right? In case somebody was like, doing a get ready video or something while they're listening to this. So these Mitchum boys are on the trains. They're part of the chain gangs. They're hobos, right? They play the guitar. They work for Lockheed. They're on maritime vessels, and then they're on some other kind of showboat situation. Did at any point did they work for Ford Motor Company? Yeah.
No, but I do know that Robert was a big fan of Lincoln Continentals.
Of course he was. Okay. All right. And okay, did he do Lincoln commercials? I mean, we got to have some kind of car situation or hot air balloon. Does he have anything like that?
No, they didn't do advertising.
Okay.
Really.
So Artemis just landed. I mean, anything involving space, perhaps? That's the only thing we haven't covered here.
An absolute no.
Okay.
There was no spaceships involved with the Mitchum family.
Okay. So you guys are there. Okay, now let me ask you a question. For the attendees, because you're in Oklahoma City. I mean, Oklahoma, I think is super cool. So what is the target audience doing there? Like they're there to see all you guys who are in town for the award show? Are they just like, are there activities during the day? Like, tell us give us a feel for what it's like there right now.
Well, this museum was created in 1955, believe it or not.
Okay.
They have had this event ever since its grand opening. And it used to be, when all of these folks were alive and kicking, they would be here you know, John Wayne would be here. Robert
Yeah.
Mitchum would be here. Robert Mitchum is right down the hallway here in the Hall of Fame. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
It's not him. It's not the Wax Museum. It's the
No, it's just they have a gallery of
yeah.
Jimmy Stewart is in it. Robert Mitchum is in it. Robert
No
Duvall's
Smitty's
in it.
restroom.
No.
Nobody's naked. Okay.
No, it's not a Smitty's restroom type of gig. But yeah, so the target is, you know, it's really, this is a museum. It's not so much about movies or actors or even musicians or artists. It's
Like-
really about the cowboy and Western culture.
Like the early use of beef tallow before people put it on their faces.
Exactly,
Something along
Marley.
those lines. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. They have magnificent displays here of saddles and just all kinds of tools and implements that were used in the Western period, the Old West period,
And not necessarily related to movies, right? I mean, some of it,
That's true.
right? But I mean,
That's true.
it's about like the real cowboy lifestyle, not just like faux Coachella.
Absolutely,
It's
wouldn't you
about-
say?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Toby ride? Does Toby ride?
I have.
You have. You don't sound too confident about that, Toby. You're not getting on a horse tonight with Joe riding off into the sunset or anything?
No, not tonight.
Well, he
No.
used to do much more dangerous stuff in the U.S. military, but that's another story.
Oh, wow. Okay. Does Nils know that?
I think he does a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. So you guys, so people are there. They're going to see the museum. Like, and are the all these cowboy celebrities and stuff who are there now? I mean, Patrick Wayne, are they accessible? Like, are they cool? Like, if people go up and want to
Completely.
take photos with them,
Absolutely.
they can. Okay. And
Mhm.
and then you guys, cowboys are going to drink, right? You're going to have some moonshine tonight. If I were planning that party, you'd have a lot of moonshine, I'll tell you. You'd have
Well, there might have been some consumption last night even.
and do you feel you might have been roofied? Was anybody roofied at all?
I'm as fresh as a daisy today.
Okay, today. Got
I
it.
can't speak for everybody.
All right. So then what are you guys going to do the rest of the afternoon? You going to hang out with Cindy or try to convince her to leave her husband, or what's going to happen there?
What we're going to do after our wonderful interview with you,
Yeah.
we have a meeting with a gentleman who used to run Republic Pictures, which was a long time
Yeah.
motion picture house from the early 40s, actually late 30s.
Yeah.
And then it sort of morphed into, what would you call it, a home video market in the 80s and the 90s. And there's a gentleman that came here to see us specifically,
Ooh.
and he ran Republic Pictures for many years, and he's now retired. He also used to run the Lone Pine Film Museum in Lone Pine, California,
Yeah.
which I am also affiliated with.
Oh, do tell.
And
Is
well,
there a pine
I know
tree named after you? Or is
I
it-
don't have anything up there named after me yet, but I'm trying to get a production together to actually film in the famous Alabama Hills up in Lone Pine, California.
Really?
And the last director to do that, I believe, was Tarantino with Django Unchained. So I'd like to be the first.
way.
I'd like to be the first to return to those Alabama Hills.
And why has nobody done it since Django Unchained?
You know, a lot of Western productions are just filmed elsewhere now. There's a lot of them that are filmed in Arizona.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Some in New Mexico, and there's a lot that is being done in Texas.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, through my connections with this gentleman, I've been invited to be involved with what's called the Movie Institute of Texas,
Oh.
which is a program that is sort of a subsidiary of the Texas Film Commission,
Okay.
and they enlist students,
Yeah.
teenagers, high school students, and college-age students, and they teach them camera work, editing,
Very cool.
sound mixing. They teach them green screens, and they have a fabulous facility currently in Dallas, and they're going to be going into a new facility very soon. And I was lucky enough to sort of be asked to be a part of that transition. So that's kind of
Joking
fun.
aside, that is, well, I mean, now that all of California is moving to Texas, so they better start figuring out how to make movies there.
Right, right.
Now, why do they call it the Alabama Hills in Lone Pine?
I can't give you an answer for that
Okay,
because it's
again,
always
I
been
mean-
the Alabama Hills in California.
And you never wanted to know, like, that's kind of random. Like,
You know
all of
me,
it.
I never ask the penetrating questions.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, I'm just, yeah, it's like, why is Alabama Barker named Alabama Barker? I don't
Yep.
know. There's been,
I
it's
rest
like,
my case.
okay, there we go. So, how do you get permission to film in the Alabama hills?
It's actually very simple. It's not unlike anywhere else. You just need the proper film permit,
Yeah.
and you go through the city fathers, and they bless your production and say, go film. I mean, I don't know the exact cost and fees associated
Yeah.
with it, but it's very fair. They would love to have more productions up there.
Okay, so now when you go, do you guys like sleep in teepees or any kind of like Chattanooga wagons or anything
no,
to
we-
kind of feel a little more tied
No,
to
as-
your subject?
As much as that would help me portray the grit of the character,
Yeah.
there are great hotels in Lone Pine, California, and a very
Uh-huh.
famous one called the Dow, which has been there for 75 years.
This is the worst
something
name
like that.
The worst name I've
And-
ever heard. The Dow.
The Dow, and everybody stayed there. Randolph
Wow.
Scott used to stay there.
Oh,
Joel
okay.
McRae used to stay there.
Okay.
You know, they've been making movies up there since the 1910s.
Okay. No. That would be
Yeah.
even before my time. As old as I feel today, 1910 is even. Now, let me ask you a question. I don't I'm a visual person. Obviously, you are to make movies, etc. We know Toby is because he couldn't do what he does. I think you guys should be sleeping and like acting like you're in a Western. Like Toby, I don't know about Joe if he likes scorpions or not. I don't even know. I think there are scorpions in California.
Well, I am
But,
a
like-
Scorpio, so yes.
Oh no, it all
You remember
makes
that.
sense. I forgot about that. Okay, so what if, Toby put a little tickler in the boot? I mean, don't you kind of feel like you get more in character or
Oh, you would definitely.
right? I mean, I
Yeah.
don't understand what you're going to be doing at the Dow.
Now, Marley, I'd like to point out that
Yeah.
among the people in this room and
Yeah.
on the other end of your screen, I'm
Yeah.
probably the only one that has actually been stung by a scorpion.
Oh, shut up. Have you
But
really?
it was a California scorpion.
I thought you were going to say like it was on the Amalfi Coast or something. Okay. So, all right. And how did that happen? You were filming or what?
No, I was barefoot on my back patio in my old house up on the hill. You remember that house?
Yes, I do.
And it was summer, and I just walked out there, and I had this aggregate stone deck and a nice view down the hill.
Yeah.
And I stepped on something, and it just a sharp pain went through me, and I
Oh.
looked down, and here this little guy is skedaddling away, and I thought,
Wow.
oh,
I didn't even know anybody on the planet ever had gotten stung by a scorpion. Number one. Number two, I didn't know that they were in Southern California. I don't think. I kind of was making the Toby joke just to see if I could get him to put something in your boots. And then talk about
well, now
first-
you know. But if there was going to be somebody stung by a scorpion, don't
Well,
you think it'd be yours
100%.
truly?
It should have been. The only thing is it should have stung your wizard. Then we'd have then we'd have a podcast, okay? So I mean, and that's a first world problem when you're, the Hollywood movie producer star, you're in your bare feet on your, luxurious patio and whoopsie daisy, a scorpion comes and yeah. All right. Tickles the ivories. Okay. So, wow. Have you ever talked about that on an interview before? Like, did you go to the
Another
hospital?
first.
What do you do? What do you do when you get stung by? Like, do you go to Huntington Hospital and say, "Ah"? I mean,
Well,
is there anti-venom or what?
At the time, I just sort of we
Had a
just sort of
tequila?
researched what to do online, and basically you take a Benadryl and you elevate
No,
your
come
stung
on.
appendage,
Oh my
and
god! I thought you were
and you
going to say
just-
like you take the meat tenderizer from your cowboy steak and rub it on your feet instead of your grill.
but I'd like to point out also, Marley, this was around the time that Charlie Sheen had tiger blood. Do you remember that
Oh,
era?
I sure do. God, I would
And
love
so
to
I'd
have
like
him
to
on this
think that
podcast.
I got scorpion blood.
Oh, so
know?
okay, wait. So he went to Petco, got the scorpion, and leashed it on your back patio, or you're just kind of saying, well, I mean, you are that hot. I will give that.
Well, thanks.
You do have something going for you. Wow. So yeah, who can tiger blood, and then there's scorpion, and then there's Angelina Jolie. Let's not forget, and Billy Bob. They were drinking each other's blood. I mean, Billy Bob says it was like a pinprick, and nobody was drinking anything. But you know, right?
Well, he might have supplemented his blood drinking with some other juices.
Now, do you consider, okay, so let's talk about all these different shows. I mean, you know, I am obsessed with Landman and obviously Billy Bob on Landman. Do you consider that, like, how does that fall in your, like in the film sort of, I mean, I know it's TV, but world of like, is that considered anything Western-ish?
100%.
Oh,
Yes.
it is. Okay. Cause I thought that'd be one of those things where they're like, oh, you know.
No, very much so. I mean, you look at the creator, Taylor Sheridan, who
Yeah.
deals in that genre specifically, even though it may be modern day. But Landman is very much a modern day Western. I'd like to point out something that my
I would
associate
love
here,
to hear it. Toby was stung by what? A butterfly? What?
No, he's an actual landman.
No. Well,
Yeah,
what?
25 years worked in the oil and gas industry.
Are you kidding me?
No.
And now you're bodyguard for the Spaghetti Western King. Okay.
He's my cinematographer.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Wow. Okay. Well, as I say, Toby, are you available in half an hour? Let's do another podcast. All right. So what's it like? Okay, genuinely then, you guys, seriously, what's it like Landman versus the real being
Reality?
a Landman? Yeah.
A lot different.
Oh,
I mean,
really? Why?
I mean, it's a lot of fluff in the TV series, but it's
Yeah.
great series, you know. But
Yeah.
being out on the road all day, it's totally different. Like you're out there, you're beating the heat, you're in the dust, you're out there getting dirty, greasy all day. You know, it's not nice shirts and cowboy hats and sitting on
Yeah.
your back of your truck drinking Dr. Peppers. You know.
Oh, right. Well, and then what's that little skinny gentleman, the son or whatever who hooks
So he'd
up?
be like a roughneck.
Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty beaten up half the time. I mean, half the time isn't something exploding on him, or, I mean, he's like a little snuggler. I mean, I feel like, my Lord, I'm twice that gentleman's size, but he is definitely dirty. And then, so no Allie Larders out there, right? Who's the hottest chick out there?
No, there's a few of them out there. You
Oh,
know,
wow. Okay.
There's a Midland, Odessa's got a area of those kind of women.
Really? Who
Yeah.
are looking for husbands, or who are there because they are somebody, or just,
They're looking for money.
ah, wow. Okay. All right. So they are literally gold diggers. Just
Yes,
kidding.
ma'am.
Fun fact. Guess who I saw yesterday, speaking of Landman, was Sam. What's the guy's name? Sam.
Oh,
Landman's dad.
Oh,
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. I saw Sam Elliott. I was at this thing, because I'm doing my fire prevention, my fundraising for my fire prevention. And I was at this Malibu in Pepperdine. And there was Sam Elliott sitting right there listening to all the people talk about like rebuilding Malibu. I don't know if he lost his house in Malibu, but I looked over and I was like, sweet Jesus, that man is good freaking looking, and he looks better in person. I mean,
Yeah, he does.
He looks like a scrawny little snuggler kind of, on TV sometimes, but man, in person, I was like, that man is not withering away.
Right.
You know? I was like,
Right.
is there a seat available, sir? But I didn't.
Right.
I mean, I contained myself. All right.
Well, he's very firmly with Catherine Ross.
I am very firmly understanding that. Okay. I'm just, a girl can dream, right?
Yeah, I know. You'll never guess in a million years who was actually Inland Man.
Who? No.
The
Toby?
series.
Yes. So I was a background extra, but it was fun.
No.
I got to meet all those people.
Oh, that's fun. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. And now I see why you've kept him so hidden, Joe. Well, Toby, when can you come to California and play with us? This is what I'd like to know.
I'm probably gonna be there in September, I think.
September is like, what? Well, what are you doing between now and September? That's ridiculous. It's April.
I know we got a lot of stuff planned, so
Oh, okay.
it's gonna
Like
be a busy couple months.
like with Joe kind of thing, or
You betcha.
really? Well, Joe, where are you going between now and September?
Well, I'm still going to be spending a lot of time out this way in Texas, though. My main thing right now is promoting the book, The Marley Majcher Boys,
Yeah.
which we recently re-released through my publisher,
Yeah.
and you could get it on
I
Amazon
was
or
going to say,
BarnesNoble.com.
so you can get it right now, right?
You could get it right now.
Okay.
If you want Cindy Mitchum to sign it,
Oh,
get the
yeah.
book back to me, and I could have it done for you, no problema.
They're going to have to message me And then I'm going to say I got one for Cindy to sign. I'm going to get it to you. So just
There you
like
go.
action items in case anybody's listening who's actually wants to do that. You guys can just find me and then I'll get it to you. We'll make arrangements. Okay, got it. Okay, so keep going now. Back.
What we're working on
Yeah.
is we're working on turning this book. It's a big fat book.
Yeah.
We're working on turning it into a limited series.
Really?
And the reason we want to do a limited series,
Yeah.
if we did a straight 2-hour movie,
Yeah.
it would probably only be about Robert Mitchum. And it would
Yeah.
only be about the things that you know about. Robert Mitchum goes to jail for
Right.
marijuana in 1947. Howard Hughes bails him out.
Oh,
Robert
I didn't know that. I didn't even know Howard Hughes left his house and now he's bailing out
Well, he
Robert
didn't.
Mitchum.
He made a phone call to one of the Mormons and they took care of it.
The Mormons?
Well,
Why
you know,
were
he
the
had a
Mor-
staff. He had a staff of Mormons that worked for him. That's all Hughes
Howard
trusted.
Hughes did?
Yeah.
Howard Hughes only trusted Mormons.
This is true.
What? And why was that? He wasn't Mormon, was he?
Not a whit.
Okay, wait a second. How? Because one of those finance houses, they used to only hire Mormons. I forget which one it was. But
You're
yeah,
right. And I
because
forget which one. Yeah.
like
Mhm.
I don't know, Bear Stearns or one of them. And
Yeah.
because they said they were like great sales people. I mean, well, not sale, but you know, they've got to go out and do their missions and stuff early in life. And they were totally trustworthy and all that. Wow, that is really interesting. I had no idea. Okay, so look what you stumble upon. All right. So
Well, see, Howard also owned the studio that
okay.
Robert Mitchum made a lot of pictures for in the 1940s.
Oh, got it. Okay. So he had a reason to make a phone call and
Well,
get them.
he had probably about 3 pictures coming out with Robert
Oh,
as the
boy.
lead.
Yeah.
And so he had to settle that issue. But, you know,
Yeah.
Robert liked his alternate tobacco product.
So Howard Hughes was the original Ray Donovan is what you're saying.
In a way, yes.
Okay. All right. Got it. And now Toby is your Ray Donovan. Okay. So so how many pages is this book?
400.
Wow. Okay. So when you say a limited series, how many episodes or like how many is that?
Like, hopefully like 11 episodes, 9
Wow.
to 11. And we do have a commitment from a very prominent, excellent writer, Daniel Knopf, who wrote Carnival.
No way.
Yeah. And he was handpicked by Cindy Mitchum because he is thought to be the only guy that could write in the cadence of the way these men spoke.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be huge. That would be huge. I thought you were going to say Nils Gravelius, who's now, you know, in about 10 minutes, our favorite PI who's done, I don't know how many of these episodes, is I think going to not be taking either one of our calls, by the way, since he's now like Mr. Big
Time. Mr. Last Woman Big Time. Yeah.
Right? I mean, with the Nancy Guthrie case, everything under the sun, now he's Mr. Big Speak, right? And, you know, with all of his speaking gigs, he and I are going to do a good one, though. Just a little teaser on the podcast about I had no idea. He's done stuff like around Dirty John, like the real Dirty John. And all those,
I know about this. It'll be fascinating.
All those romance things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, he was on with Nils was on. So in case anybody wants to listen to another Mr. Joe Cornet episode, Nils was on with you talking about the whole, you know, Pasadena Rose Queen,
yes.
You know, murder for hire situation.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, that's right. Now we're back to Pasadena.
Good episode.
Yeah. That was a very good episode, actually. Okay. So them Henri Mitchum boys, right? And
yes.
Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com.
Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com.
Mm-hmm. Got it. And then, okay, Cindy Mitchum, so you are doing, you're raising money for to produce this series. Okay.
Yes.
And do you care to share what the minimum investment is? I mean, maybe it could be maybe somebody wants to invest, or are you not disclosing that?
It will be quite an expensive investment.
Okay. So even Nils Gravelius, who's going to be making $1 million a speaking gig now, he won't be able to afford it. Okay. All right. Well, that's a good point. We should maybe put the QR code to your investment deck. Okay. When do you want to raise the amount of money that you're looking for to do this?
We've been earnestly working on this for the last several months.
Yeah.
And it's interesting and encouraging. This gentleman we're meeting with right after you, he knew John Mitchum very, very well.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And it's amazing how many people knew both of those boys that are here in this
Really? That's
museum
awesome.
still.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there will be a couple of upcoming events that we're going to host very soon.
Yeah.
One will be in Palm Springs
Ooh.
in September. And we're gonna not only further present this book, but we're gonna have screenings and Q&As with folks that actually worked with the boys.
And obviously, the party goddess is your party planner, correct? We don't need to.
Who else?
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. Because you know what I would do is talk about specialty cocktails that are always trending. Yours is going to be a little beef tallow something, right? I mean,
There you go. See,
right?
This is why you get the big bucks.
Right, big beef tallow and a shot of Ozempic. Okay, so I mean, if we really want to trend here, all right. So what else okay, so people can buy the book. I love it. They can. Hopefully, you're going to come up with this series. I mean, isn't this something that like you and Taylor Sheridan can do together, or no? You want this a Joe Cornet original?
I want this in its pristine glory.
Yeah.
For the Mitchum family legacy.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone else to monkey with this.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't want it diluted.
Yeah.
I want it in all its raw honesty and all the joy and the truth that's in this story. It's all in the book.
Yeah.
And I don't want it, the problem is, as you well know, you've been around in this biz long enough, when you have a special project like this and you give it to somebody else, then all of a sudden it becomes their vision and your vision is lost.
I can't give my dry cleaning to somebody else without it getting
exactly. And I was kind of handpicked to do this because of my past work.
Yeah.
And I was, for whatever reason, it was thought that I could help preserve the integrity of this.
Well, I mean, when you're stung by scorpions on your deck in La La Land, I would say that's the real deal.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna whisper in Cindy's ear though and say part of this deal, that part of this contract has got to be seeing you like sleep in a caboose or whatever the Chattanooga wagon is. And Toby and I are gonna be up to some shenanigans. All right. Good. Well, Joe, this has been amazing. Anything else you want to share other than we want to remind everybody that to go back and listen to one of your other very fun podcasts that you were on? You've got the book. You've got a lot going on, actually. And I mean, now that I think about it, and you'll be back to Pasadena to play with me when?
Weather permitting. Apparently, there's going to be some inclement weather tomorrow in Oklahoma City and Austin, which I fly through. So we'll see if I get home on time to Burbank tomorrow night. But I'm supposed to be back tomorrow. We shall see. I may have another night here in Oklahoma City.
Well, why doesn't Cindy fly you private into Van Nuys and then I'll come and get you? She can sign a couple books, right?
I do have a few things coming up. We've got some movies on the horizon. I've got a film noir thing, which I'm in discussion with.
I love
Hitchcockian film noir.
I've
got a crime caper movie, which Nils and I have written together.
Yeah.
I've got another Western, which this guy and I are doing, probably in Texas.
Very cool.
And I have, of course, my back catalog of the last 7 movies.
Yeah. Well, how can people find you? So what's the easiest thing? Like Instagram?
You could find me on Instagram and Facebook. I am on X. I can't keep up with all of these things all the time. I try to do the best I can. But if you just Google my name, you'll find me. I'm an easy person to find.
Yeah.
Most of my movies, if they're not on Amazon Prime, which a great many of them are, I think still.
Yeah.
They're on Amazon Prime. They're on Tubi or Vudu.
Yeah.
One is supposed to be Incident at Gilt Ridge, I believe, is on Stars Network, which I'm quite pleased with. I do believe. Yeah, we've got a lot. A lot is happening, so you could go back and watch those too.
So your name is sort of spelled Cornet, but it's Joe Cornet, Cornet, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so when you do a Marie Antoinette movie, I'm going to start introducing you as Joe Cornet. Okay, but for now you're Joe Cornet.
In Paris, that's what I'm called.
Wow.
Yes, here,
Story for another day. Okay. So it is at Joe Cornet on Instagram, or What's your handle?
Facebook is just Joe Cornet. Instagram is San Rafael Productions, Rafael, like the street in Pasadena, San Rafael.
Yes, okay, got it.
Or the city in California, San Rafael Productions
got
is
it.
Instagram. And Joe Cornet is on X, but I don't do much on X. I just kind of peruse X and get amused.
And how do we find Toby? What if anybody says they want to give,
Toby Donica on Instagram.
How do you spell Donica?
Donica.
Toby Donica. Okay, so you two are live from the Cowboy and Heritage Hall of Fame with your beef tallow whips from the 1800s. You're going to do this whole new thing. When you said that you were going to do like a limited series, see, I just watched Chloe and Lamar last night. And I got to tell you, if you haven't seen that, that is my goodness. Unfortunately, it was only an hour and a half. So I understand that you'd want to bring the Mitchum brothers here for 11 segments so you can really dig in because, but there was, you know what, now that I think about it, that was a Western too, kind of. There was some tumbleweed out there and.
That's in my queue. I want to see that.
Right, well, believe me, you absolutely should. That Lamar is something. And, I had no idea that brothels in Nevada are only available like legal in like a couple places. I thought it was like all of Nevada. Anyway, a lot of myths dispelled there with Dennis Hoff. So, all right, Joe Cornet, Toby, this was amazing. Thank you. Them Henri Mitchum boys, right, is the book, and this has been great fun. And I didn't know I could have this much fun talking about spaghetti westerns and westerns in general. Hi to Cindy for putting up with you. And yeah, there we go. So you guys, this is Marley Majcher, and we are wrapping it up with another episode of Every Day's a Train Wreck, and with our boys Joe and Toby. Now, most importantly, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, of course, but share this episode with friends, family. Got anybody who's like obsessed with the Mitchums? What about Father's Day is coming up in a couple months? Not sure when you're going to listen to this, but that's an amazing gift because that's pretty cool because a lot of people are really like, you say Mitchum and that's a pretty cool deal. So, all right, you guys, thank you for your time.
Marley, thank you so much. I appreciate everything you've done for me.
No worries. Well, we had a great time. All right. So you guys, we will see you next week on Every Day's a Train Wreck. If you want to find me, you can go to @thepartygoddess on Instagram and of course on our YouTube channel, The Prophet Goddess. All right, guys. Thanks. Have a good one. Have fun tonight. Not too much moonshine, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.